that were furthest east
Right,
are close to that ridge,
right.
so they need to go down a little further
Right.
just to get
Okay.
the tops of them.
So we really aren't, we do not want to see anything protrude above the highest peak of that roof.
That's, I think, what we're looking for, yes.
So, you know, they're gonna have to, again, fortunately, these things are very lightweight, they're gonna have to have some sort of angular, triangle-shaped support system for the
Right.
units, but, the fact that they're lightweight should not have any structural bearing whatsoever.
So you're able to work out your distances and get them,
Yes, it's tight, and
Yeah,
then Eric, we did research too, if we have to bump up next size up, certain manufacturers allow a greater distance, so we're
Right.
gonna, you know, if we get approval here today, that's where we're gonna go back and fine tune everything. just to
I
make
know
sure.
we've gone to 70 feet or beyond 70 feet before with them, so.
Well, right now, we're standing about 82 feet is our
Okay.
maximum length. So, and the good thing, refrigerant piping is all tubing, so they'll get an 80-foot tube that they'll just thread in
Right,
yeah, without fitting. So, again, that's a good thing.
yes.
So,
So, excuse me, so
Sure.
you still have 8 condensers up on the roof, is that correct?
I believe there's 10, Eric.
Well,
2, 4, 6. There's 10 on the sloped roof, on
Oh,
the
yeah.
higher sloped roof, and then 10 on the lower roof.
but what are these CU ones on the,
That's where
Oh.
that's where they were located.
That's where they were located. We didn't move the tags yet,
okay.
that's all.
I'm
That's
looking-
all that
I'm looking
is.
at both drawings here, okay,
That's all that is.
yeah, very
So
nice,
we'll
thank you.
move the tags over, and as you can tell, we purposely missed the cricket where the two roofs
Yeah.
connect.
Yeah.
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 So that leaves us, I have another proposal here of how we're going to route refrigerant piping from that lower roof up to which unit it's serving. So, the top level, we can punch through, we've got the 4th floor, and we'll stake it down. And these suspended ceilings help us conceal all of that. But now, the challenge is, those 10 systems that are on this lower roof, how do we get that piping to the unit that it serves? And what I would like to do, I've got a quick photo here. I didn't have time to mark it out. But being that this is on the back side, can we crawl up the outside wall and make exterior penetrations on these 10 systems?
In that lower well area,
Yeah, so we're talking.
But go up the wall of Etna House to get in.
but we aren't
We're,
gonna see
we're,
that.
we're talking the back wall, not on Main, we're not touching anything on Main that's visible, it's just, you know, this L-shaped back wall.
Right.
If you line that up with the roof plan, you'll get, flavor.
I know in the,
So it's not-
And we need vertical risers to come up here, we would miss windows, obviously. But I wanted to get your feel.
Going up these walls here.
I know in the past,
That's okay.
obviously that's something that has to occur. We've put them inside of downspouts.
I had brought that up 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would love to use existing downspouts.
Well,
or-
not existing downspouts.
Well, or
But-
make a faux downspout, if you will.
Correct, correct. Put in this, a similar looking downspout
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and start it 2 feet off so you got room to get your piping
Yeah.
started and then make some kind of a housing at the top when you turn and go in.
Well, and then there's line height too, Ted, so that, it looks very similar to a downspout. And they can paint it, they could even paint it to perhaps match the brick color.
Yeah.
You know, but we need an avenue to get the
Yeah,
piping.
Correct, correct.
And with this back side, it helps on the condensate, because we can route condensate back with the refrigerant routing,
Right,
and then dump it on the lower roof where there's where you have roof rooms.
correct.
And that's perfectly legal, it's perfectly code compliant.
Right. Well, there should be, I don't know whether, yeah, I was thinking, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
right.
if you make an enclosure, whether it's a manufacturer's enclosure or whether it's a downspout
Yeah.
similar to what's there,
That's exactly where I.
and then if you paint that to match the brick and it pretty much disappears,
Yeah,
that would be very acceptable.
that's a nice approach.
Awesome, and then that's gonna help alleviate the condensate, at least with those 10 lower units. Now, so the next challenge is the units that are on the high system, or on the high roof, gathering all those condensates, but that's a design item I'm gonna work with Wes and the folks, and we will find a method. We are challenged because each indoor unit has an integral condensate pump, but all it really does is provide the lift, to lift it up and then drain by gravity. And so what we may have to do is find a collection point somewhere, maybe in a maintenance closet or something, drop them all there and then pump that out and hard pipe it to the sanitary sewer.
Can that
So
go into a
we have
sanitary?
options.
Can that go into a sanitary line?
Yes. Yep. But it has to safe waste first.
Right.
Meaning you have to have an open drain where you can physically see the condensate flowing properly. And then we'll have some sort of basin if we have to, and then pump that out. The other option is, and we will use this option, so the answer is probably gonna be a combination of a few things. If it's local to the service sink on that floor,
There's no
that's a
janitor's
built-in
closet on that floor.
condensate receptacle for us. But trying to get all of them back there is gonna, there's just not much head to these
Yeah.
condensate pumps. So that's an internal thing. The fact that you're allowing us to use that back L wall is gonna help tremendously, but that doesn't help us on the fourth floor.
These are the laundry. There's a laundry on each floor.
There's a laundry on the third floor.
Okay, this shows a laundry on the second floor also, but,
There's a maintenance room with a
Okay.
slop sink,
Mike?
second.
so you can safe waste into that slop
Yeah,
sink.
that we can save waste, and that's gonna help.
Is there not a sink in the laundry room?
That's correct, but the third floor has
Yeah, there
a
should be.
mechanical room, but no service link, but we would put one in.
The second floor has the mechanical.
He said, must
Third
be
floor
six,
has the
I don't know.
Okay.
But the laundry has a sink in it also, correct?
Correct.
So
So
we could use that.
You could safe waste into those two sinks.
Yeah, but, and that could be easier said than done, so I'm a little hesitant, because we're gonna have, each individual wall unit has its own condensate. So we're
Right.
gonna have
20.
30 plus condensate lines,
20 on each floor,
something like that.
actually 20.
No, there's more than that.
22
because
on
we've
each
got
floor.
20 units, and I believe the bulk of them are two-zone units, so, you know, we roughly have 45 condensate lines.
Right,
per
20,
line,
22 on each floor,
Something like that, yeah,
right.
yeah. So the fact that we could take half of them out the exterior wall and do it, so so now we're down to 22 that we have to figure
Right.
out a path.
Right,
So, so that's the challenge, but that's an internal challenge between my office and
Okay.
P&J. It's not gonna, once you give me the approval to do things on the exterior, then everything's internal. And I don't believe we would, challenge the historical nature of this building on the inside. So,
Nice
That's-
job, nice job.
that's where we're at.
Thank you for listening to us.
well, thank you for allowing us to come today. Again, my fear was we would get so far and they're like, nah, we're not gonna do this. So, we're happy that you guys took the time to speak with us. Now we have gateway. So that's the whole purpose of this.
So I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Also move.
Second.
You call the roll? Or no?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Dudek,
Yes.
Mr. Manfred,
Yes.
Mr. Madonio,
Yes.
Mr. Hummel,
Yes.
Ms. Kane,
Yes.
Good to go.
Thank you, folks.
And I also, sir, if a situation comes up, then just get a hold of Bob, and if you mean to talk with him, if there's something that,
Bob.
Finney, the engineer,
Oh,
all right? I mean,
okay, that's-
that way, if there's an issue, he can kind of address it, or we can talk about it, or whatever, okay? Then you may not necessarily have to come back here.
yeah, so what you're telling me, if there's any problems arise, just
Yeah,
contact, was it Bob?
Bob, it's Bob,
Bob Finney.
Bob,
You can spell it back.
Bob Smith.
To the engineer, yeah.
Okay. Are there any any other old business? Are there any public comments? Okay. I'll get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Good.
He's nice to work with.
So good.
Hey,
Come
Theodore.
all the way to the east.